I'm walking through Gary, Indiana, which is where Michael Jackson is from, and which also doesn't have the best reputation in Indiana. Hi, my name is Will Buchanan, and I'm walking all the way across the country to New Hampshire in search of more freedom on a project called the Walk for Liberty. Today is October 17th, 2008, day 164. There have been a lot of Buchanan Streets in this part of the country. I don't know when was the last time I saw gas prices this low, $2.84. The iStep is an annual certification test that students in Indiana have to take. It just seems sad that the school corporation is cheering about achieving adequate yearly progress. A couple days ago, in the Day 163 video, I described a scary encounter I had with the police in the town of Whiting, Indiana. After that, I decided to take a day off from walking, not only to relax a little, but also to try to get caught up on uploading the videos. And I'm happy to report that we got 4 videos uploaded that day, and we should be pretty much caught up by the end of this weekend. Since my encounter with the cops, though, I've been reflecting more on it and have been left feeling somewhat disturbed by the situation. Growing up, I was taught that the cops are your friends and are there to help and protect you. However, if it wasn't evident to me before, then it is certainly crystal clear to me now that cops are not, in fact, here to protect and serve me, but rather to protect the interests of the state. Now, I'm sure there are good cops who, if they happen to find themselves in the situation of gunfire, would do their best to try to take out the assailant. However, the situation is usually over and done with long before they get there. And they arrive just to clean up the mess. In most cases, though, the cops really are around explicitly to serve the interests of the state. Whether it's handing out tickets for supposed traffic violations in which you haven't hurt anyone, or putting people in jail for selling or putting a substance into their body in which they haven't committed any kind of violent crime. In both of the previous situations, it certainly doesn't help the person being charged. And it certainly doesn't help the taxpayers either. It's just costing them money and valuable resources for a situation in which no one was actually harmed. Let's go back to my particular experience, though. In my case, I was walking down a supposedly public sidewalk, minding my own business. And I was shooting video with a camera that's my own private property. There was a British Petroleum oil refinery across the street, which they claimed I was shooting video of. I had actually just shot some video of one of the train cars on their lot, but really it's irrelevant what I was taking pictures of. The issue of shooting video in public is reminiscent of a discussion I had in the Day 147 video. Only in this case, it's in regard to a company's wishes rather than to another person's belief system. While I might choose to respect another person's wishes and not video them in public, I couldn't give a flip about whether a company doesn't want me to video them from public property. If it's really that important to them, they should build a wall high enough that I can't see in. But instead, they decided to use the force of the state and taxpayer dollars to save themselves some money. The speed with which the police responded was absolutely astounding. It was probably within 3 minutes or less, and it was clear that British Petroleum had a direct line to the police station. They claimed that I wasn't allowed to film the refinery due to the terrorist threat. Do you really think a terrorist would try to stick out this much, though? They then intimidated me with a threat of arrest into complying with their wishes. And I certainly did feel intimidated and harassed. And as I said, I was minding my own business, wasn't on private property, and wasn't hurting anyone. It's clear to me that there's some mutually beneficial relationship going on between British Petroleum and the government, with the police in this case serving as BP's lapdogs. I certainly didn't feel protected and served that day. I instead felt violated. No, if the police ever existed to help regular people, then unfortunately those days are long gone. The police now exist simply to serve the interests of the state and its corporate partners. I walked 18.4 miles today. Here are my GPS coordinates. This is Will Buchanan for Amazon.walkforliberty.com, signing off. We're here at a campsite in Portage, Indiana, and there's mist on the lake.